Hello beauties, welcome back to the vlog. This week we are talking about failure and the importance of taking risk. Today we're going to talk about large bets and a couple of companies that have taken these big bets and it's paid off in a big way. One of those companies is Pandora. For those of you who are not familiar, Pandora is a music platform. And one of the ways that they really set themselves apart was allowing people to personalize their experience. You know, when you listen to your own music mix that you put on whatever music player you prefer, you choose your songs, you choose the genre you want to listen to, or the band, or whatever interests you. And there have been many other platforms now that have copied Pandora. iTunes Radio has done this, Spotify, and others. But Pandora was really the first to realize that users wanted to be in control. And it was a huge risk because we had been operating in a model where you either buy an album or you buy a single from an artist that you like or in a music type that you enjoy, and you play that and you make your own mix. Or you listen to the radio or some other type of streaming and the DJs choose the mix for you. And both of those have been very successful for a long time, and there's a place for them still. But being able to have control over your own mix and this ability to discover something new is really what set Pandora apart. And when they first came with that idea, people didn't think it would work. They didn't think that users were going to enjoy that. And they built an entire platform around an idea that no one thought was good, because the market could not picture what that would be like. People couldn't imagine having an algorithm choose music for them that they would like or suggest music for them that they would like. And yet here we are these years later, and now they have a couple $100 million valuation, and they've been wildly successful because they came up with an idea that, even though we couldn't picture it, has now been hugely successful. Now I can't imagine my life without Pandora, right? Another company that's had huge success is Zappos. Very similar story. Zappos is an online shoe company, e-commerce platform, and when the founder came up with the idea, people laughed about it. They didn't think people could imagine buying shoes online because at the time, shoes had to be put on. You had to feel the fit of them. You had to walk around in the store with them, and buying shoes and having them come to your house and doing that at home was really a foreign concept, right? And so initially what happened was the founder went around to shoe stores and took photos of their inventory and put it on this website. But there was a lot of naysaying around a platform that was e-commerce to buy shoes. Now Zappos is one of the best known brands in the world at this time, multi-billion-dollar valuation, hugely successful. And now these years later, I can't imagine not having that around. So again, this is a big bet of building something that no one could imagine, no one could picture what that looked like, but they had a vision for it. And they weren't afraid to try that and to try different things and test it and see what happened. And then another company is Duolingo. Duolingo is an online platform that teaches you how to learn a variety of languages. They say learn a language for free forever. And you know, how does that model work? How do you learn a language when there's something like Rosetta Stone and these other brands where you pay a big fee, you get a static set of videos, it's not in an app form? Again, people couldn't imagine why someone would come into the space and compete against such a dominant player and how they were going to succeed, if people would even want to do that on an app. And the answer was yes, of course. But again, the buyers could not picture it. So the lesson that I want you to take away from this vlog is that if you have a vision for something and you're certain about it and you know you have a better way to solve a problem or you have a better solution, even if it hasn't been thought of, even if the market isn't there or there's a big competitor in the space, it doesn't mean that you should just give it up and leave it hanging over the dining room table because you told your family and they said, well, why would you do that? Can you imagine the Duolingo founder saying, well, I really want to compete against Rosetta Stone? His family must have said, well, why would you do that? They'd already exist. We've already solved that problem. And yet here's this hugely successful platform. So if you have a vision, my advice to you is to try it, because the worst case scenario is never as bad as you think it is. See you tomorrow.